exercise program, but after 4 years you'll have legs like a mountain climber, so, and that won't hurt at all. So again, welcome on behalf of the faculty, staff, certainly the administration, myself. I'm Jim Vieira. To my right is Mr. Gilmore. He's the Dean of Visual Performing Arts. And somewhere out there, the little associate dean, there she's waving her hand in the back, is Ms. Katie Rivera. And we comprise the administrative team here at Collegiate Academy. First, congratulations. So there was approximately 537 students that applied. Of those students, you were able to amass enough points to get into the front door of Collegiate Academy. And that is quite an accomplishment. Congratulations. Know that those who came before you have established a lot of traditions and customs, and more importantly, the statistics you see with us relative to college acceptance, financial aid, etc., are all factual. So when you see that our graduating class is receiving $18 million in excess of, that's a fact. And parents love that because that equates to about $30,000 to $40,000 per student in the way of aid to going to the college universities that you choose to go to. The presentation tonight will actually be two parts. The first part will be the college prep side, which I will cover. Mr. Gilmore will then come up and talk to you about the visual performing arts. It's very important that you understand that the curriculum is the curriculum. And just because you're the college prep side or the visual performing arts side, you will have access to the majority of our offerings, especially when it comes to performing arts. You do not have to be in the visual and performing arts program to enjoy our choir, our band, or visual arts. You will also have the benefit of taking classes not only here, but at Erie High, as well as beginning this year, and there's 53 of you out there, with the Career and Technical Education Program at Erie High, one of the best in the Tri-County area. So those students that have been accepted to both programs will have to get with you a little bit later, and we know who you are, and you know who you are, and to work out what the scheduling process will look like. But your students will have many opportunities. Once the major renovations at Erie High are done, they will have access to state-of-the-art gyms, athletic facilities, labs, etc. And we're very excited about that. We went over the administrative team. I just want to call out our guidance counselors out front. They were helping you with the schedules. Ms. King and Mr. Nielsen were here this evening, and they'll be here afterwards in the dining hall. Communication. Any good relationship starts off with strong communication. Hopefully, all of you in here received the email as well as the parent broadcast telling you about the facts of tonight. Also, you received a long letter and said important information. It's highlighted, it said keep this. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what the ghost in the system is on that, but it keeps doing that. Hopefully you kept that and put it on your bulletin board or the bathroom mirror so that you can see when those dates are and what is next. Because the next time we will meet will be in May, and that will be for the placement exams for the Vision Performing Arts, as well as the math exam, again, depending on what school you're coming from. More on that a little bit later. These are our modes of communication, so you can like, you can friend us, follow, etc. The majority of them, until we get going, are going to be with the one-call system. So again, if you have not gotten that, on your acceptance letter, at the top of your acceptance letter, we publish the contact information we have, email address, as well as phone number. If those were incorrect, please make sure you contact our main office so we have your correct information, and you'll be getting our broadcast as well as our emails. Real quick, the overarching, and this will be a little different for the Vision Performing Arts folks, you will need 29 credits over the 4 years. That is the minimum number you need to graduate from Collegiate Academy. The great news is you have opportunities to exceed beyond that. It is not uncommon for our graduating class to have a number of students who will enter college as second semester freshmen or first semester sophomores. You'll have that option and opportunities while you're here at Collegiate Academy. Required courses. If you look at the paper that was given to you, this really won't make a difference which program you're in. You're going to see a side A and a side B. The differences are going to be the sequencing of classes. So that's what we have to pay attention to. For the college prep, you're going to take biology and you're going to take Algebra 1. That is not an absolute relative to Algebra 1. A lot of you are going to come in have already had Algebra 1. You've already been successful on the Keystone exam. Some of you may even be on Algebra 1. The great news about Collegiate Academy is that we're going to place you appropriately in the correct math class. I would say somewhere about 87% of you will start off in geometry. Some of you will start off in Algebra 1. It depends on where you're at now, and that will also affect your trajectory when it comes to what graduating math you'll have. More on that later. You have language arts. Your first decision for the college prep side is going to be which social studies you're going to take. Honors, world geography, or AP, human geography. AP, the moniker for AP is advanced placement. That is overseen and governed by the College Board. The teachers who teach these courses are trained by the College Board. The textbooks, as well as the course syllabus, is approved by the College Board. That will prepare you for the test should you decide to take it, which will be in the spring. More on that later. But that is your first choice. Second choice is going to be what world language you're going to have. We offer 3, as you may recall from our open house: Spanish, Latin, and German. You will have, these are required electives. Research is a half a credit, advanced computer apps is a half a credit, wellness is a half a credit. Notice the asterisk, which I'll address a little bit later, but you have opportunities to take those prior to starting in the fall, but I will talk about that in a moment. So that brings us to 6.5 credits thus far. You need 8 credits per year. Side B, you can look at that. Here's where you can make your decision and fill it in. A lot of that is filled in. Your biology is filled in, your language arts is filled in. You need to make a decision, again, not necessarily the visual and performing arts, but the college prep. Am I taking the world geography or am I taking AP Human? Depending which one you take, you need to circle your selection. You're going to take biology. We're going to work on what that math looks like. It's going to look very different for some of us in here. That will not be decided until probably sometime in July when we get the Keystone results. Either because you've taken it in the public school you go to now, or you came in, I believe it's May 20th, and take it here at Collegiate Academy. More on that later, but those dates and times are published on that acceptance letter information. So again, then we're going to pick your world language. In this case, this person is going to take AP Human Geography, and is going to take Spanish 1, and they put the Spanish number 1, or Spanish number in there. Our information, or student information system, Infinite Campus, some of you may be familiar with that if you're a current student. IC, as we commonly refer to it, runs off a number. So the numbers are really important. More so than the name, the numbers are very important. All the numbers you will need are on that piece of paper. Should you need a course description for any type of elective, which is going to be our next slide, I believe, that information is contained in our student handbook, and that is online on our website. Some are pretty obvious. I want to take Ceramics 1. That's pretty obvious what Ceramics 1 is. Journalism, as well as media studies, may not be as obvious to some of you, and you may need, in fact, to look up what those are. You can, again, look online. It is on our website. It should be on the front page of our website, as well as when we're finished here, right below us is our dining hall. We'll have some teachers on hand. You can ask them all the questions you would like. Okay? Once that's done, once we equal our 8, you are done for this evening. You need to turn in your scheduling cards in the front of the dining hall. The front of the dining hall will be the ones where the lines are relative to your meal, not your meal, but our students' meal. Your total credits will equal 8. Okay? For most people in here. Some of you may be a little bit different, but that's okay. Summer enrichment. I talked to you a little bit about those asterisks. Those courses will be available this summer through our summer school. These will be enrichment courses. Summer school runs from roughly July 20th to July 21st. The classes run 8 to noon daily. There will be some break there for the 4th of July weekend. Performing arts, again, open to all. You can see there's a pretty long listing. It's pretty exciting, and we're glad to offer, and we've always had a very, very strong performing arts program. So we hope you get involved in that. It's an excellent way to use the other half of your brain to kind of relax and enjoy yourself. This spring, we will offer, and they are in production now, Little Shop of Horrors. We hope you'll come back and join us April 27, 28, and 29 right here in our theater. All shows start at 7 p.m. They are phenomenal. They are excellent, and I hope you take advantage of the quality as well as the opportunity to come in and see a first-rate play put on by high school students. Academic Sports League, we're going to give a little plug for one of our programs. Actually, we're going to refer more of this now. They kind of changed their name this year to the Academic Decathlon Team. This is the only so-called sports team we'll have here at Collegiate Academy. If you are a City of Erie student, you will play sports for Erie High. If you are a county student, you will play sports for your county team. There are multiple opportunities to get involved in ASL, or Academic Decathlon. They're interchangeable. Certainly, the nicest one is that the number of colleges and universities recognize this national program and reward them accordingly with scholarship money. Our team will participate, our team of 9 will participate this weekend. They'll be at Teal College, and they are hopefully coming home and being successful, and they will earn a trip to Texas to compete nationally. We have competed nationally now about, I would say, somewhere about 12 times in our history, and we have brought home gold 5 of those times. They've traveled to Hawaii twice, they've been to Texas multiple times. Unfortunately, with all the renovations, a lot of the banners we have up in the upstairs hallway are not available, but it's a pretty extensive list of, again, academic opportunities for your students to take advantage of. Certainly there's multiple benefits. The most important one, and we'll often refer to this as lasting memories, is we want your student to have a positive high school experience. And that's going to be very different for the majority of us in this room, what it's going to look like. You must get involved. It's a whole different high school experience if you're involved. And I'm not just talking to the students, I'm talking to the parents. You will have multiple opportunities to come and see a play, come and see a concert, be involved in our PTSO, be involved with Performing Arts Boosters. All of those things are ways to get into the school, find out what's going on, have conversations, take full advantage of everything we're offering. We talked about the travel opportunities as well as college preparation. JROTC, also another phenomenal program. You may have seen a couple of our students here. They open the doors for you. They are wonderful ambassadors for Collegiate Academy. They're involved in a variety of things, not just in the classroom, but outside. Their volunteer opportunities, just at the top of my head, I'm thinking they do caroling down at the Soldiers and Sailors Home. They do the, just relax, you're fine. It goes off from time to time. Again, we're under construction, so it's not that uncommon for that to happen. So right now, there's a janitor having a heart attack somewhere. I'm sure he's going to figure out how to shut it off. So yeah, I think we're fine. We're okay back there? I'm sure I'll get a phone call shortly. So the nice news about this is that it is a new system. This happens, I wouldn't say frequently, but it's every time this week it's happened. Dust will set off the sensors, and as you may have noticed, from the first time you guys were here till today, we still got a lot of dust going on. So what's going to happen now is, I'm sure the new fire department is on its way. It is kind of fun, so that's okay. It is not related to ROTC. It's not some way of saying, oh my God, ROTC, get out of there. On your acceptance letters, there is information on our freshman orientation. That will take place August 7th. Yes? You can't hear me? Okay. Well, you can read it. That's good news, right? Okay, they told me to pause till they can reset the system.
August 17, 2 to 5 p.m.
So the good news is no fire. The bad news is it seems like a little student may have pulled, a little person out there may have pulled one of our stations. So little kids are like that. So anyways, back to freshman orientation. This information is contained on that letter you received for your acceptance. August 17th. How about that? August 17th, 2 to 5 p.m. That is for the students, for them to participate, and then we'll have the parents back at 5:15 for kind of last minute review, questions, answer, accepted.
Please cease operation and leave the building. Utilize the nearest exit or fire exit.
Well, we're consistent. There we go. We got to figure out how to turn that off quickly. So again, parent meeting will be at 5:15 to hear the auditorium. Again, just general discussion on how things are going to go and so forth. Mr. Gilmore?
Yes.
Summer reading. It is not of mice and men. It is actually, and I will quote, we made the change actually this week. You must not have made it to the PowerPoint. I think it has something to do with freshmen, and I know Mr. Gilmore will have it correct on his slide, but unfortunately not on my slide. But there will be summer reading. It's important. You can log on to our website, and that will be available in May, be due when you return in the fall. Saturday, May 13th, 9 o'clock is the math placement exam. This is for all students who are not public school students. So if you belong to one of the 3 middle schools in the city of Erie, if you belong to a county middle school, if you are in a charter school, this would not apply to you. If you are in a private school, this would apply to you. If you are in a private school in an Algebra 1 course, this would apply to you. If you're in a private school and you are in algebra or pre-algebra, this would not apply to you. Okay? The 20th, excuse me, I don't know why it says it on there. So the music and dance is the 13th. The 20th, May 20th, is the Keystone exam. So again, that is for the non-public schools. Now they're just pointing at me. Poor guy's got to say this over and over again.
Did we do that?
I don't.
We got also enrollment packet.
What is the enrollment packet?
I don't know if you have not already done.
Okay, we will do it.
You're so close to being
Is
done.
this the enrollment packet?
There we go. So, ironically, renovations. So we're hoping that the next time you visit us here in August for freshman orientation, that a lot of what you see today and have witnessed relative to the open house we had back in November will be finished. Although I've learned that when the construction guy tells you they're on time, they're not on time. So it is scheduled to be finished August 18th, 2023. That's obviously contingent upon manpower as well as a strong supply chain. At the end, when everything is done, the district will have invested over $20 million into this building. A lot of it is in ventilation, although we have 2 new gyms, a brand new roof, numerous upgrades to our Wi-Fi and electrical system. So at this point, shortly this weekend, the phase 6 renovations will start, and then that leaves phase 7, which is the dining hall, as well as the administrative offices, will take place over the summertime. So what's left? Well, meet the teachers at the end. When Mr. Gilmore finishes, he'll show you how to get down to our lower level, which again is right below us. The school store will be open, again because of renovations, they're actually in front of the dining hall. You want to make sure before you leave at the other night that you have turned in your scheduling cards to our guidance counselors. They'll check it off to make sure all your classes and numbers are correct, and once that's done, you'll be done. Okay? So again, on behalf of our faculty, staff, and our fire system, we welcome you to Collegiate Academy. Give me a quick second, and Mr. Gilmore will be right with you.
Can you hear me now? Good evening. Good to see all of you. Hopefully you're not too overwhelmed and nervous about this whole thing. Really, it's a lot simpler than you probably think right now. You'll be fine. And again, my name is Dana Gilmore. I'm the Dean of the Visual and Performing Arts Magnet School here, as well as a former music teacher, so the arts are real close to this guy's heart. Congratulations to all of the students that are accepted to the Fine and Performing Arts Magnet School. Some of these slides are quite similar to what Mr. Vieira has, so I'm not going to read these to you a second time. Again, the same two guidance counselors, Ms. King and Mr. Nielsen, are here for our entire building, regardless of what program you're involved in. As Mr. Vieira alluded to, we do have a little bit of a different graduation credit requirement. However, all students in the building are required a minimum of 4 credits: language, arts, math, science, and social studies. And the magnet students are required 2 credits of world language. And you start your world language as a 10th grader, not a 9th grader, and here's why. We want to give you a chance to take more fine and performing arts classes as a 9th grader to get immersed in that program. You're also required 1.5 credits, that's 3 semester classes of wellness and fitness, advanced computer applications. And you'll see VPA electives, that's visual and performing arts electives. You're required 6.5 credits of those. For our science course, it's concepts of physical science, it's 1 credit, or in other words, a full year. Algebra 1, and then a course to assist also to boost up the math is a linear equations class, which is 1/2 credit. It's a semester additional in addition to your Algebra 1 course. Language Arts 9 and World History cover your ELA and Social Studies requirements as a 9th grader. Research, everybody's favorite, that's a 1/2 credit long, required elective, as well as advanced computer apps and wellness fitness. So your required courses are 6 credits worth. That frees up 2 credits for the fun stuff. VPA students, I think your schedule cards are the ones that are like the goldenrod color. So if you turn those over on the side B, it's already pre-populated for the required courses on there. Then it's up to you to choose which electives you want to take. It's 2 credits worth. You could take 4 1/2 credit classes or a combination thereof. As long as the total's a magic number of 8 credits, you're good. Also, on your scheduling card, I believe it says alternates. Put some alternates down, because if for whatever reason your schedule won't allow us to get you your first choice, the alternates will be there and we'll get you in those. Sorry again about that screen. Must be in a mood. For AP courses, you have a 1 AP course requirement within your 4 years here. Those are the AP courses that are listed. And again, if you're planning on focusing on the visual and performing arts after high school and into college, take an AP course and get a leg up on everybody else that wouldn't have that chance. So again, just to kind of reiterate, there's 4 courses that are 1/2 credit each that are your required electives. And magically appearing here are the 4 core classes, which are year-long or 1 full credit each. That makes 6. When you add your electives, it makes 8. Wellness Fitness, all 9th graders are going to take Wellness Fitness 1. You take Wellness Fitness 2 as a sophomore. As Mr. Vieira alluded to, also the performing arts classes are listed here. Anything other than like an intro level course is audition only. And by that word audition, that's not to scare the daylights out of you. Audition means you come in, you sing a scale or play something brief for one of the music staff, or do a brief dance routine, or talk about your dance experience with a dance instructor, etc. And they'll place you in the appropriate performing arts classes by your level. That's to help you along so you're successful, and to help our program along too. Art offerings, like Mr. Vieira had said, 2-dimensional art, we have a ton of the stuff. Computer art with cartooning animation, photo digital media editing, all of that great stuff too. And believe me, these are popular courses. And for your 3-dimensional, we have different levels of ceramics courses. You'd be amazed to see the work that you'd be able to do if you went all the way through studio ceramics. As Mr. Vieira spoke about the ROTC program, those ROTC credits do count towards the VPA magnet as well. To reiterate, freshman orientation, August 17th. Lots of fun stuff. Show up that day. We'll certainly provide that information on our website through mailings and all of that, one call and all of that good stuff too. Parent meeting, that's a required meeting because, as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of questions and we're here to help you out. That's something you're going to find in our building. We really want to help.
What's up?
We know it can be nerve-wracking. I'm a
I just
parent
want
too,
ice
I
cream.
understand. Summer reading of Mice and Men is your summer reading requirement. And there are your audition and test out dates. So again, we'll be providing that information as a reminder. We just wanted you to see that right now, make sure you're comfortable and good to go. And please, just to double up again on what Jim had said, stay active and involved with our school. Follow us and the Whole Erie School District on social media and see what all the good things we're doing around here. Sadly, I think in this world, a lot of the negativity travels faster than positivity. So it's up to us to put the good things out there, and it's up to you to keep track of it too and follow it. Makes everybody feel better when you see good stuff happening out there for sure. And as Jim said, and I again speak on behalf of all of our faculty, staff, and the entire Erie School District, welcome aboard to the finest school you'll ever find anywhere, led by the best teachers on the planet. Have a good night. Downstairs is the scheduling arena directly below us.